Hello everyone and welcome to Tournament 4 of Next Level Jumping. We are back for another 50 competitors to take on the first stage of Next Level Jumping. Let's get right into it, as always. Kicking us off on stage 1 is Aote, another member of the AE Clan Kids. There's a lot of those. It all starts with a new obstacle, the rolling hill. Going back down now. Gets through it. Now into Construction Junction, it is the exact same. Taking out a lot of competitors in the past. Not Aote. Now into the second new obstacle, Ring Magician. There's a couple of different ways you can do this obstacle. First ring, you gotta do the same. You go up top there, not quite a perfect crouch. You can either go right up to the block or go up top like he is, but he misses the ring. Aote is out on the Ring Magician. So we're into Parallax. Missed the last tournament, but is back here in Tournament 4. Going up sideways over the rolling hill. Now gonna jump back down. And oh, he hits his head on the little window there and is able to stay alive. That is a very weird way to get through that obstacle. But it works out as he is getting through the Construction Junction now and did not get the dismount. So we're now on to Blesture. I think that's how you say that. I don't know. These gamer tags are really weird. I believe there are only 8 newcomers as Blesture is out on the rolling hill. As I was saying, there's only 8 newcomers this tournament, 42 returning competitors. Which could either be a good thing in some people's eyes and bad in others. Maybe you want to see new people. But Archangel Via now is on stage 1. Going down the rolling hill and is through it. Now into Construction Junction. Full setting it. Doesn't seem that anybody nowadays goes slow on that obstacle. Gets onto the block. Nope, not quite. Gets up top now. Archangel Via going back onto that first ring and gets onto the next block. That is one way to do the obstacle, and that was a nice save. And Via trying to get up top this way. Is struggling though. Really struggling here. Down to 17 seconds. Gets up top. Via now did the X Spider less than 15 seconds and did not get a good bounce whatsoever. X Spider has been made way harder. It is really difficult, but Via's out on it. Fixity X now climbing up the rolling hill, jumping on down, and is through the obstacle into Construction Junction. Fixity full sending it, gets through the obstacle with no issues whatsoever. Now to the Ring Magician. Gets up top first try and slips off the second ring. After that, we had Biggie's 08 make a return and fail the Construction Junction. And then we had Doses, I think that's how you say that, failed the rolling hill. And then Devil Queen, making her first appearance in this tournament, 1, failed the rolling hill in an unfortunate way. And then finally, Spluttery Elm also went out on the rolling hill. So we are on to our first regular, Zampira. Now as far as the ranking system goes, if you've been around for a couple tournaments and you haven't done that well, you'll be a novice. But if you've gotten like deep stage 1 runs like Zampira here in a couple appearances, then you'll be a regular. and multiple stage 1 clears is veteran. A couple stage 3s could be veteran as well. I say multiple stage 1 clears, I mean like 4 or 5, so not really a set way of rankings, but just how I see fit. Zampiera doing alright here. Get out top of that second block of the second ring, almost overshoots the third ring. And very nicely, 35 seconds left into the X-Spider, gets a huge bounce. That's what you want, a nice late save jump, that was perfect there. And now going on the Sea Serpents, Zampiera's onto it, less than 25 seconds left now. Going for the second Serpent. The third one is no longer here, it's straight onto the final climb. Warped Wall is gone as well. Zampiera goes for it, and Zampiera does not make it.
And next up is Utah J. Soot. In the last tournament, had a very unfortunate failure going out on the cone jump. No cone jump to get revenge on, but at least could get through the first obstacle this time would be nice. Utah going straight down to the bottom barrel and gets through the rolling hill. Saves you a bunch of time. Utah now making her way through the construction junction. Now into the Ring Magician. Utah gets onto that block. Gonna do it the hard way here. Utah is making it work. Nicely done. Now over 35 into the X-Spider. Gets the bounce and is not gonna make it onto the window. So we're on to a Hababa. Hababa has the luxury of being the first ever runner in next level jumping. Fortunately, her run ended on the construction junction in Tournament 1. She did fail at last tournament as well too. Failed the X-Spider in Tournament 2, I believe. So she's only 1 of 3 on this obstacle. About to be 2 of 4 though. Well done to Baba into the Ring Magician. Gets a nice save jump. A lot of our competitors are almost overshooting or undershooting these rings, as a Baba just overshot the second one. So we're on to OO Ghost. Let's see how they can do. 75 seconds, same time as last tournament. Ghost getting on through the rolling hill. Now into the second obstacle. Ghost is gonna make it through it. Ring Magician time. Be careful not to overshoot the ring. Going up top, just barely makes it. And overshoots the second ring. Another Ring Magician failure. So we're on to the Russian Red Digit Dark Wolf. Climb your way on up. Now gonna take a couple of jumps here going down. And Red Digit gets through it. Red Digit Dark Wolf hasn't had the best couple appearances, but hoping to make it a little further here today, at least. Red Digit gets up top onto the first block. Now I'm gonna go back onto that first ring to get onto the second block. And on the third ring. And is through the obstacle now. There we go. Into the X-Spider for Red Digit Dark Wolf. And is not going to get into the first window. As we are on to Wolf Shinobi. He had a fantastic first appearance in the last tournament, getting all the way to the final climb. Unfortunately, he could not make it through though. Just got to push a little more here to beat the stage. So Wolf Shinobi taking a couple jumps on the way down the rolling hill. Down to the construction junction. And he's through that as well. Now into the Ring Magician. It's already proven to be a tough obstacle, as Wolf Shinobi does not get up top first try. Gets on his second try. Now going back and forth. And overshoots the third ring. This obstacle really is tough for our competitors, as we're on to gamer tag of the entire course so far, Wet Like You. That is phenomenal right there. This guy, he really did a great job. As a Wet Like You, hoping to not get wet on this course, that would, already dipped his toes in the water on the rolling hill. So you kind of have to beat the obstacle, unless you get like a god jump. So Wet Like You is, struggled there a little bit. It's up top though. Now going back and forth. Wet Like You is now through the Ring Magician, going straight into the X-Spider with 30 seconds left. And gets a nice late save jump on that window. It is so hard to get a late save jump and still be on that window. But Wet Like You is now into the Sea Serpents. Not a whole lot of time left, but it's doable. Wet Like You, this is jump Zampiro field earlier, but he gets a huge bounce, and he is on to the final climb as the klaxon sounds. Wet Like You, just keep at this pace, and you're going to stage 2. The greatest gamer tag will be moving on to stage 2 with 2.3 seconds left. What a run from this guy. That was pretty clean. And it's just very, very odd how a guy with this gamer tag can beat the stage 1. But I'm not judging. I guess I kind of am. But either way, Wet Like You is going to stage 2. Because after that, we had Carolina, who timed out on the Ring Magician. Really struggled with this obstacle and could not get through. And then the Queenish, fortunately, failed the dismount of the X-Spider. Stuck the second window there and just, just kind of happens. Nightblade hasn't had the greatest runs in this course, failed Deconstruction Junction. So we are on to the first finisher of the last tournament. It was Chizuru. He's back here today, number 20. Slides into the rolling hill. Chizuru, a little slip up. It's alright. Now he's going to go all the way down and get through the wrong hill. So he's on to the Construction Junction. Yep, very impressive newcomer appearance last tournament. Chizuru got to the, I believe, Broken Ridge on stage 2, got pushed out. Tried to go for the jump a little too early. And he almost overshoots the second ring there. 40 seconds now. Almost overshoots the third ring as well. But Chizuru is through the Ring Magician, now into the X-Spider. Very tough obstacle. Chizuru comes up short of this first window. Looked like he got a decent bounce, but he just didn't make it.
Number 21, it is Sile, making his third appearance. His first appearance ended on the cone jump. In the last tournament, I believe he went out at the hands of the Construction Junction. Not quite sure, and he is going to fail the first obstacle here again, though. Face plants on that platform. As we're on to Nate, who did not have the greatest newcomer appearance last tournament. Had a bunch of high hopes, and, it all came crashing down as he gets a spring jump there. Another spring jump. Now gonna frog jump all the way down and get a huge jump for the dismount. Nate already improving over his last appearance as he's through the Construction Junction. Now he's gonna go onto the railing there and get up top. That is allowed. I don't know why I made that allowed, because it just makes the obstacle unnecessarily easy. But Nate's flying through the Ring Magician. 40 seconds left in the X-Spider. Not taking a full send it into the Sea Serpents. Where was this last tournament? Now going straight across the other side. And the bounce barely makes it onto the second Serpent. Over 25 though for the dismount. Going for it, Nate. Gets onto it, but no! Too much forward momentum. The save jump cost him. Oh, he got the save jump on the final climb, but just too much forward momentum, and he's out. But going from the first obstacle to the last obstacle, that's a pretty good improvement, as we're on to Ane now. Same armor as Nate. Anna is through the rolling hill. Had his best run in the last tournament, I believe. Or was the tournament before? No, I think it was last tournament. Failing the Sea Serpents. Kind of sad, I don't really remember. But Anna is onto the Ring Magician. Going up top. It's onto the third ring. Going back onto the second and onto the block. And is through nicely. And did not get a good bounce at all for the X-Spider. Gonna come up short by a mile. It's round 2, Ms. Luxury. Ms. Luxury climbing up the rolling hill. Now going all the way back down, really quickly there. Onto the construction junction. Has failed this in the past. But they are through it. Now into the Ring Magician. Taking a save jump. Gets up top. Now going for that second ring. Gonna go the back and forth method here. So far so good. At a controlled pace. Now just over 30 into the X-Spider. Gets the bounce, get a save jump, but he's gonna get pushed back. That is the risk that you run trying to save jump on that window. So we're on to Zepsi, who had a very unfortunate last 2 appearances going out on the Flower Destruction both times after getting tied for first place in Tournament 1. Fortunately, he's not gonna be able to get his revenge on the Flower Destruction here, as he will remain 0-2 on it. Unless that obstacle comes back. This is the obstacle position that he failed in both the last 2 tournaments. Zepsi gets up top in the second block. And do the harder method here, but he's through it. Through the third obstacle for the first time since tournament 1. Into the X-Spider now. He's gonna full send it. Good technique. Now he's gonna full send to the second part of the first serpent. 30 seconds left now, as he is flying right now. Zepsi going for the final climb. He gets on it just about. Over 20 seconds left for the final climb now. And it looks like for the first time since tournament 1, Zepsi is going to stage 2. 14.8 seconds left on the clock. The second fastest stage 1 clear time ever. Well done to Zepsi. We'll be seeing you on stage 2 yet again. Definitely deserved that clear after both of his last 2 unfortunate appearances. A very smooth, fast run, fast pace. That's kind of how Zepsi rolls. And yeah, we'll be seeing Zepsi on stage 2, the second finisher. So after that, we had Demon Queen, who unfortunately just walked off the Ring Magician. And Azia Kumai didn't get onto the X-Spider. And then Ripsy got digested yet again, which is unfortunate. Got a terrible bounce for the X-Spider. So we're now on to Halze. Like Zepsi, beat stage 1, tournament 1, but failed stage 1 both the last 2 tournaments. It's funny, Halze wore number 29 in tournament 1, wore 45 in both the last 2 tournaments, and now is 29 again. Kinda, I mean, that wasn't done on purpose, but Halze gets the same number a lot. Halze is through onto the Ring Magician. Gonna go on that railing to get up top to the block. Gonna have to make that impossible next tournament. As Halze's flying through the Ring Magician. No caution whatsoever. And now into the X-Spider. Gets the save jump. That is so difficult to do. Another one of our competitors to do it. Now 35 left. Into the Sea Serpents. This is where he failed in the last tournament, I believe. Halze getting through. 25 seconds left for the dismount. Arguably the hardest jump on the stage. He barely gets it. He is on to the final climb. Halze looks like he's going to do what Zepsi did and get his second clear in tournament 4. Showbone a little bit. Gets the clear with 12.3 left. Well done to Halze. You are going back to stage 2. Our third finisher. Run number 29. It's pretty decent. Halze made the stage look really easy. Wasn't as fast as Zepsi, but I'm gonna be honest, it kind of felt faster. I don't know. It's probably just me though. Well done to Halze. on to number 30. It is Tufei, who after clearing in Tournament 2, unfortunately went out in the X-Spider in the last tournament. But if she's going to want to beat that obstacle, she is going to have to beat a harder version. As she's going down the rolling hill. And is on at the construction junction. Everyone full sends this obstacle now, I swear. I don't see anybody doing it slow. As Tufei is also going to try to get on the railing. There we go. Tufei going back and forth now. And it's gonna just cut right. That was interesting. Wow. Tufei out of the X-Spider now. And it's gonna fail at the same jump that she failed in the last tournament. That cut technique was insane. That was very impressive, but just moments later, the run ended. Very unfortunate. As we are on to who was number 1 in the last tournament, iShark G. I barely got to see his nameplate there. I don't know what I'm doing with editing. But this is his second appearance. He went out in the Sea Serpents in the last tournament. Pretty decent newcomer appearance. So far, so good through the first 2 obstacles. Now into the Ring Magician. Trying to get up high on that ring. Doesn't quite get up first try. Gets up second try though. I'm going to go back and forth. And it's going to slip off that second block. iShark G with the worst performance in the last tournament. So we're on to someone who has consistently decent runs on the first stage, just not able to pull out a clear. It's Scarlet. Still wearing that ugly ass armor. But he's through the rolling hill. On the construction junction. And he's through that. And now another competitor using the railing to get up top. Really taking advantage of my wanting to be decent forging.
As it's Scarlet is moving through the Ring Magician. Scarlet now onto the X-Spider. Gets a huge bounce. Gets the save jump, but gets pushed back. Another X-Spider victim. So we're now on to Bashful. Bashful is off for 75 seconds. Climbing on up through the rolling hill. Gonna jump on down. Seems to be the faster way to do it. Bashful has failed the X-Spider in the past, failed this obstacle in the past, but not here today. Now he's gonna do the Ring Magician normally. Thank you for that. And he's gonna fail at doing it normal way. So we're on to TRR Sleeker as there is a car honking outside for some reason. Another interference in one of these tournaments pisses me off. The Sleeker is getting through the rolling hill. Onto the construction junction. He failed the 4th one in the last tournament with the save jump, but he's just gonna full send it here. Wise decision. He's onto the Ring Magician. Gets up top in that first block. Gets onto the second one. And third. And now onto the X-Spider. It's a nice bounce. Gets a save jump and gets pushed back. Another competitor getting pushed back. So we're on to Caesari. We've seen Zepsi and Hauze get their second clear here in Tournament 4. Hopefully Caesari will become the third to do so. After failing the Metal Spin in Tournament 1, failed the Sea Serpents in both the last 2 tournaments. Caesari overshoots the first bar on the construction junction. This is unbelievable. Caesari with an early stage 1 exit. After that unfortunate failure, we had a DHG member, Carnage, go out on the Ring Magician trying to do the skip, and I'm glad somebody failed that way, to be honest. Desires Blaze failed to mount onto the Ring Magician. Then Obey Girly, once again failing the X-Spider. And then last digest of the tournament, Izanami Award, who's the thumbnail of the last tournament, went out on the X-Spider. As we're now on to Satreya. Satreya got to stage 2 in the last tournament, failed the first obstacle though, the double swing. But it was good to see him get that first clear. Hopefully it'll open the floodgates here in tournament 4. To push on further. He just about is getting through the construction junction. Having to take a safe jump there. Kinda sketchy run through that obstacle. Now, of course, he's going to do the skip on the Ring Magician. He's going to go back and forth. He's now on that big ring, going back to the second. And he's going to get through the obstacle, going straight into the X-Spider with 30 seconds left. Satreya is going to full send it, and he's going to beat it. 25 seconds left for the last 2 obstacles. Satreya gets onto the second serpent. Now, the big jump to the final climb. Satreya barely makes it. Now climbing up as the klaxon's about to start sounding. But it's not going to matter. Satreya not going to fail the last obstacle again. He's going back to stage 2 with 3.5 seconds left. Satreya again, a second stage 1 clear in a row. Well done. Next up to go, it is Navai. Has some deep stage 1 runs in terms of 1 and 2. Fed the X-Spider in the last tournament. Tied for 10th in tournament 1, gotta remember that. Navai gets through the rolling hill. She's on to the construction junction. Another competitor full sending it, you love to see it. And you love to see them actually doing the obstacle the correct way and not using the railing to get up top. Earn my respect, Navai. Oh, trying to do this Ring Magician hard way. Decided to do it the easy way now. Taking a random save jump. Now, not the most time left, 30 seconds in the X-Spider. Gets the bounce, gets the save jump, going straight into the second window, but gets bounced off. So we're on to Bubble, who after failing the last obstacle in his first appearance, unfortunately, I believe, went out on the X-Spider maybe in the last tournament. I'm not sure, remember, but Bubble hits his head and fails the first obstacle. That is not what you wanted to see. Gonna go into concussion protocol after that one. So we're on to the guy I changed my gamer tag with, Inzika or Inzika. It's interchangeable how you pronounce it. I mean, you pronounce mine Vincica or Vincica as well. Either, I don't really care. Inzika flying through the rolling hill. I'm gonna say Inzika, sounds better. He's now getting through the construction junction. He's also from France. And of course, gonna do this obstacle the dumb way. But he is flying right now. Zika kind of full send the third ring going into the X-Spider. That's insane. Now going to the second window, going straight onto the Sea Serpents and flying through this as well. What is going on? The newcomer is destroying the stage. 35 seconds left into the final climb, going straight up it. What is going on? Zika almost just failed that, and Zika is gonna destroy the speed record. 24.4 seconds left. What the hell was that? Almost beat that stage in under 50 seconds. That would have been insane. But 24.4, beating Resume's time by almost 10 seconds. That is insane. I cannot believe that just happened. The newcomer absolutely destroying stage 1. That, if there's ever a highlight reel of this course, we need to put that, like, just put that in there already. Well, after that exciting run, to say the least, we're on to Affectionate. Very consistent competitor. Found the Sea Serpents, I believe, in all of the last 3 tournaments. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think so. Affectionate, though. Definitely gonna want to beat the Sea Serpents here today, but however you want to see it. Sea Serpents can be harder, easier. Depends on what your definition is, because the third serpent is removed. Now on to last obstacle is harder. It's affectionate. It's on to the X-Spider now. Gets the save jump and gets pushed back. Another X-Spider failure. It's around to Kaguya, who had a bit of a redemption story in the last tournament. Didn't quite beat stage 1, but beat the X-Spider. And if he wants to beat the X-Spider here today, he's going to have to beat a harder version. As he's through the rolling hill. Now into the construction junction. Hopping his way through. Gets up top on that first block. I'm gonna do it the more difficult way. Kaguya doesn't quite get up there, saves himself. Kaguya failing again, now just deciding to go on top of the second ring. Hands through it onto the X-Spider. Gets the bounce, now going for the second window, but gets a bounce off of it. Kaguya out on the X-Spider for the second time. Unfortunate for Kaguya. Number 46 is Kokei. Kokei, like many others in Tournament 1, went out in Stage 1, failing the Sea Serpents. But in Tournament 2, he put in a ton of practice, he told me, and he beat Stage 1 with only 0.6 of a second left on the clock. And then on Stage 2, he would fail the dismount with a broken ridge, not getting a jump whatsoever. And then in the last tournament, he had his personal best run, beating the Klaxon on Stage 1, and getting all the way to the metal spin dismount, where he would unfortunately come to an end for his tournament. He's back here in Tournament 4, looking to get his third Stage 1 clear in a row and make a push for Stage 3. As he's off now. Not matching armors with Ane, which is surprising. It's all orange here with that Recruit Charred armor. Through the rolling hill onto construction junction. Stops a little on that fourth one. Now he's gonna do the dumb technique. Gets up top. Takes a save jump. Now onto the second block, going in the third ring. And Kokei gets to the ring magician. 35 seconds left into the X-Spider. He's going for it and full sends it. Nicely done. Now onto the only Stage 1 obstacle to take him out, the Sea Serpents. 25 left. Now, hardest jump on the obstacle. He makes it by quite a lot. Oh, he slips back down. Okay, looks like he's gonna have enough time as long as he doesn't have something drastic happen here. And he won't. Kokei is going to Stage 2 with 6 seconds left. Well done, Kokei. The next competitor to take on Stage 1 is Condrith. Condrith in Tournament 1, known as Varroy, failed the X-Spider. In Tournament 2, barely pulled out clear with 2 seconds left on the clock. And briefly had the best run on the entire course, getting all the way to the Skywalk before timing out, unfortunately. Timed out by a couple seconds. And then in the last tournament, Condrith got set back by one obstacle, beat Stage 1 with just over a second left. And then, like many others have done, Condrith went out on the metal spin. Condrith looking to make a push for Stage 3. He really wants that Stage 3. He's got to focus on Stage 1 right now, though. Climbing up the rolling hill. Now going back down, gets through it nicely. Construction junction now. Condrith, really in Tournament 1, had a weird failure. It's kind of weird to see him do such a dumb thing on the X-Spider and then almost beat Stage 2. Almost be the first competitor to do that. Fortunately, He really wants that stage 3 though. Like, he was being very adamant about it, but he's struggling on the Ring Magician now. Goes on the X Spider now. 30 seconds left. Condrith full sends it. 25 now into the Sea Serpents. Condrith gonna cut left. Takes a save jump. Now going for the dismount. Condrith. Condrith comes up short of the final climb. Yeah, that Sea Serpent's dismount is very difficult, and unfortunately Condrith is out on stage 1 for only the second time now. Just did not get high enough of bounce, and just barely missed it. Very unfortunate here for Condrith. So we're now on to another person hunting stage 3. It is resumed. She has failed stage 2 in all of the last 3 tournaments, failing the Broken Ridge once and the Metal Spin twice. I think she's more adamant about getting to stage 3 than Condrith was, but that did not go too well for Condrith, so hopefully Resumed will pull through here on stage 1. Resumed had the fastest time on stage 1 in tournaments 1 and 3. Pretty quick competitor. She's running alongside the railing, going straight into that second ring. I'm gonna go back and forth here. Resumed is also gonna full send the third ring like in Zika earlier. Resumed full sending the X Spider. And not quite in Zika pace, but this is, oh my god, the height on that bounce, that was insane. 30 seconds left into the final climb. She's not gonna get the fastest time, but she's still gonna get the second fastest time ever. She's gonna beat 20 seconds, 21 left on the clock. Resume made that stage look like a piece of cake. The second last competitor to take on stage 1 today is Lucid Dreams 791. Lucid in tournament 1 beat stage 1 with 6 seconds left on the clock. But then on stage 2, she got tied for first, failing the dismount and the Metal Spin. She had plenty of time left, but unfortunately would fail. Tournament 2, she would beat stage 1 with 9/10 of a second left. One of 3 competitors cleared less than a second left on that stage. And then would become the first competitor to fail the Metal Spin twice on this course, failing the jump from the first Metal Spin to the second one. But then the last tournament, she defeated stage 1 again with 4.5 seconds left on the clock this time. And then on stage 2, she became the second ever competitor behind Jelle, who then went on to clear twice. Lucid Dreams beat stage 2 with just 1/10 of a second left on the clock. On stage 3, she would go out on the curtain climb. She's looking to make it further, deeper into stage 3 of this tournament. Lucid was very happy with her run in the last tournament, but she said she could do better. And I don't doubt her. Lucid getting on through the rolling hill now. Kind of jumped from the second barrel there. That was a bit risky. Now the construction junction. Hasn't taken out many competitors this tournament. Competitors finally got the hang of it. Lucid goes up top to the first block. Lucid's never been a fast competitor, as seen especially in the last tournament on stage 2. 1/10 of a second left, likely to remain the slowest clear time ever on this course, at least for a while. Lucid full sending the X Spider. She has those moments of speed. 25 left now for the second part of the Sea Serpents. Going for the dismount, Lucid Dreams makes it. Climbing up the final climb. And Lucid Dreams for the 4th tournament in a row is going to stage 2. Lucid, staring at that buzzer there. Bit interesting. Lucid Dreams 8.2 on the clock. Very clean run. She had her moments of speed in there, not really the fastest or flashiest run, but I wonder what that whole walking slow and staring at the buzzer was for. Number 50 for the second tournament in a row is Jelly. Jelly in tournament 1 beat the first ever person to attempt the skip on the X-Spider, and then proceed to beat stage 1 with 8.8 seconds left on the clock. And like Zepsy in Lucid Dreams, she would fail the dismount of the metal spin. But in the next tournament, she made some history. First, she would get the fastest time on stage 1 with a 9.6 on the clock, and then she proceeded to become the first ever competitor on this course to beat stage 2, and she did so with only 0.4 of a second left on the clock. Very impressive run as she almost threw it away on the skywalk. Then on stage 3, she would get halfway through the stage, going out on the vent pyramid. In the last tournament, Jelly would once again beat stage 1 with just a normal, smooth run. On stage 2, she would beat stage 2 with a slightly faster time than tournament 2, 1.8 seconds left on the clock, as she became the first ever competitor to beat that stage twice. On stage 3, she took a little step back, failing the transfer on the Crazy Cliffhanger. She's back here today for her 4th appearance. She's gotten first place in all of the first 3 tournaments. Of course, tied for first place in tournament 1. Last 2 tournaments getting them outright though. She gets a huge jump for the dismount on the rolling hill. Jelly, construction junction shouldn't be a problem for her. It won't be. She's gonna run alongside the railing. Take advantage of that. Oh, she hit her head there with the save jump on the Ring Magician. No. Jelly gets up top. Jelly, 40 seconds left now though. Jelly, she's gonna go for the right side here. She's not gonna be able to do her skip that way. She looked like she didn't even care though. 30 seconds left. Very quick pace through the Sea Serpents. Now into the final climb. She's got onto it. Jelly, 20 seconds left. Looks like she's going to be making it back to stage 2 for the 4th tournament in a row. Jumps onto the buzzer. She's going to stage 2 with 14.4 seconds left on the clock. Very smooth run. Yep, she didn't get her skip on the X-Spider, but I don't think she really cared about that, because she would have gone to the left side if she cared. Final climb, no issues. Jelly's going back to stage 2. As we end off the stage with a record 9 competitors beating stage 1, Wet Like You, Zepsy, Hauze, Satreya, and Zika, Koke, Resumed, Lucid Dreams, and Jelly are your 9 finishers. As the greatest gamer tag, Wet Like You, will kick off stage 2. He's off on the double swing. Took out Satreya in the last tournament. Wet Like You going for the second swing, gets onto it. Gonna go for the early dismount and make it into the swap salmon ladder now. Wet Like You is a very interesting competitor to be on stage 2, especially with that name. So Wet Like You going for the dismount of the salmon ladder now and makes it just about into the broken ridge. Gets into the second ridge, yep. Now the dismount. Wet Like You's through it, 20 seconds left in the metal spin. He's got time. And now taking a save jump on it and sticks it with the crouch. I didn't know people knew how to do that, but he comes up short of the dismount. Oh, so many people have failed the dismount of the metal spin. Wet Like You, similar fail to Zepsy in tournament 1. And speaking of, Zepsy's here on stage 2 for his second time. Zepsy punching the double swing, now going for the second swing. Zepsy comes up short on the double swing. Zepsy failed earlier than Satreya failed in the last tournament, failing to get on that second swing, barely came up short. The next competitor to take on stage 2 is Hauze. Hauze in tournament 1 cleared stage 1 with just 1.3 seconds left on the clock. And then his first appearance on stage 2, he failed the saucer scramble, the only fail on that obstacle. And as we said, in tournaments 2 and 3, Jose would unfortunately not make it back to stage 2. But he is here today on stage 2, hoping to get his first stage 2 clear. Jose, really happy to be back here on stage 2. If I knew how to do interviews, I would definitely do them, but audio doesn't work for me. Jose punching the swing back and forth. Now the jump that Zepsi just failed, Jose won't fail it. Got that cotton candy looking armor. Now Jose gonna go for the dismount and make it onto the swap salmon ladder. Jose making the salmon ladder look easy. A little slip up there. Guess I jinxed it. But only one slip up. Jose going quickly into the dismount, gets it, and now into the obstacle position he failed in tournament 1, the broken ridge. Jose gets a save jump, that's not good, and he almost saved it. That would have been cool. Next up on stage 2, it is Satreya. Satreya, unfortunately, in tournament 1, almost beat stage 1, failing the last obstacle. And then tournament 2 had another step back, failing the Sea Serpents on stage 1. But in the last tournament, he broke out on stage 1. He beat it. Third time was a try for him. He cleared with 7.9 on the clock. And then in stage 2, he would unfortunately go out on the double swing. Satreya can have a chance at revenge here, kicking it off with the double swing. Satreya is off. That dismounted this obstacle in the last tournament. We just saw Zepsi fail to jump from the first swing to the second. Satreya gonna get that jump though, but here's the jump. And Satreya is gonna take it slow this time, not going for an early dismount. And that's gonna help him get through the obstacle. Revenge for Satreya as he's onto the swap salmon ladder. Climbing on up, little slip up. It's alright. Now the third set. Gets up top quickly. And Satreya gets the dismount into the broken ridge. Satreya can barely stand that first ridge, going straight for the second one and sprint across it. That was really cool. He's onto the metal spin now. His first time attempting it, and he's gonna beat it. Satreya is onto the skywalk, going very fast through this as well. I don't know where all the speed came from, but Satreya is gonna beat the Klaxon on stage 2. 10 times faster than the, 5 times faster than the current fastest time, which was 1.8, but Satreya just destroyed that. Satreya going from failing the first obstacle of stage 2 to getting it clear. Very, very impressive. Well, all that speed on the second half of stage 2. I think we're going to see that here if Nzika makes it that far. My goodness, was that stage 1 something to watch. 24.4 seconds left. But Nzika didn't go for an early swing there, I'm surprised. Gonna go for an early dismount here. Yep, of course. Nzika gets through the obstacle onto the swap salmon ladder. Oh, slip ups though. Not really gonna help for his speed. Now he's probably pissed about that. Another slip up. Nzika kinda honestly hurting for time. Down 30 seconds going for the dismount. Now onto the broken ridge. And he's gonna do the same thing Satreya did, and the same thing on the second one. 20 seconds left though, should be enough time. Nzika's onto the skywalk with 15 seconds left. It's not gonna be the fastest time. But Nzika going for the dismount early. Oh no, Nzika comes up short of the dismount. Nzika is out on the skywalk. There's a bit of lag, it was kind of hard to see, but kind of ran into the wall there and went for this early jump. It just came up short. I thought we were going to see a newcomer on stage 3, but I guess not. Coquet shoots the double swing again. Actually helped get it moving this time. Coquet going to go for an early swing on the early jump on the first swing. No one's done that yet in this obstacle. I'm going to go for an early one on the second one as well. Coquet saving a bunch of time. Onto the swap salmon ladder. Coquet is flying through this stage so far. A little slip up, but still 40 seconds left. And doesn't get a jump for the dismount.
Next up to take on stage 2 is Resumed. Resumed, with showboating in Tournament 1, got what was then the fastest stage 1 clear time. But unfortunately, would go on the metal spin of stage 2, trying to stick the ledge. In Tournament 2, Resumed would also beat stage 1 again, 5.5 on the clock. But stage 2 would have a little of a setback, following the broken ridge. The first, the second. And then the last tournament, Resumed would beat stage 1 for the third tournament in a row. But just like tournament 1, tried to stick the ledge on the metal spin, and it did not work out, as Resumed would once again fail the metal spin. Resumed, hoping fourth time will be the charm here on stage 2. Those 3 fails were not really something she wanted to happen, because she has high expectations for herself, like very, very high expectations. She's making through the double swing. Gonna go for the early dismount. Gets it into the swap salmon ladder. So far, so good. Going across for the third set. Resumed with a perfect swap salmon ladder run. Well, hopefully she gets a dismount. She will. Now on the obstacle that took her out in tournament 2. This jump right here, Resumed, almost fails it again. She kind of got pushed out a little there. She's on the metal spin with time in hand. Will Resumed be able to beat it this time? She's gonna full send it, not trying to stick it. She's onto the skywalk with 15 seconds left. She has the time. And Resumed, no, she slips off the skywalk. Resumed still can't beat stage 2. She beat the metal spin, the obstacle that took her out twice, but just slipped off the skywalk. So we're on to a competitor who knows what it's like to beat this stage, Lucid Dreams. Lucid did clear in the last tournament with just 1/10 of a second left. Very close call. She's on the double swing now, punching it back and forth. Going for the dismount, she's got it. Now into the swap salmon ladder. She did struggle with this in the last tournament, which kind of affected her time. It was really the main reason why her time was so low. But only one slip up here today. So Dreams taking careful for the dismount and is onto the broken ridge. With about 10 more seconds than she had in the last tournament. Now around 20 into the metal spin. She's failed it twice before, but she's not going to fail it here today. Our competitors seem to get the metal spin down. She's on the skywalk. We've already seen 2 people fail this. But Lucid Dreams barely gets the dismount, and she is going back to stage 3 for the second tournament in a row, clearing with 7.6 seconds left. Lucid, it was more clean than it was in the last tournament, that's for sure, besides the final jump, which was a little close. Lucid 7.6, I mean, definitely a step up from 0.1. Metal spin, she made it look easy. Our competitors are kind of getting that obstacle down now. Even Wet Like You failed it, but he at least stuck the second metal spin. Lucid, as we see, went for a bit of an early dismount, just got it. She's going to stage 3. Well, Jelly, the last person go here on stage 2. She's beaten this stage twice before in the past, looking to make it a trifecta. Punching the double swing. going for the second swing. She's got it just about, taking the safe jump. Now Jelly, gonna go for the dismount early and makes it. Swap salmon ladder now. Jelly has struggled on this obstacle in the past. Jelly with a perfect swap salmon ladder run. Just the dismount remains. She gets it into the broken ridge now. Mounts into it. Gets into the second ridge. Just the dismount. And she's got it. Around the same time as Lucid Dreams had. She's going to swap sides again, and that Japanese connection is not really doing her good things here. Kind of lagging a bit. Jelly flagging a lot. Oh my goodness. But she makes the final jump and clears with 7.6 seconds left. Same time Lucid Dreams had. But I did go back in the recording and saw that Jelly cleared with 4/100ths of a second faster. As Satreya gets the fastest time, as Lucid and Jelly also joining him on stage 3. New clear record. Satreya, only new person here on stage 3. He'll be kicking us off. Gonna slide into the tower terror. And I forgot to mention, but Satreya is the first male contestant on stage 3 in this course. So pretty cool. Made short work of the tower terror into Rocky Road. Satreya gets through the obstacle now into the curtain climb. Gonna slide into it and gets a huge cling on that curtain. That was, wow, that was very impressive. Took out Lucid Dreams last tournament, but he's now onto the crazy cliffhanger. Obstacle was made harder in the last tournament. This is the jump that ended the tournament. Satreya goes for it and just barely gets it. Satreya now going for the lateral jump. He's got that as well. And Satreya on his first appearance is already into the vent pyramid. He's flying through the stage. First stage 3 appearance, I meant. Now Satreya is already doing better than Jelly on this obstacle did. This is impressive. Satreya, this is one of the hardest jumps on the stage, and Satreya made it. Satreya now the last jump, and Satreya beats the vent pyramid. Shooting at the crooked escape, that's not a good sign, but only 3 obstacles left to go here. Satreya gets onto the first window of the crooked escape, but the second one is harder. Satreya gonna go for it now, and Satreya doesn't get it. Satreya comes up short on the second window of the crooked escape. But damn, that was an impressive run. His first stage 3 appearance, getting all the way to the 6th obstacle. Vent pyramid, some of the hardest jumps on the entire stage. He made that obstacle look pretty easy. Shot at the crooked escape, which would not be a good sign, as we clearly saw here, as Satreya failed the jump to the second window. But still, an impressive showing. So we're on to a competitor who's looking to improve on this stage. It is Lucid Dreams 791. Lucid, not going to slide into the tower terror. Going down to the 3rd. Up to the 4th. Now up to the 5th. Lucid's got it and gonna go straight into the rocky road, not walking down that last tower. Lucid's gonna be a showdown here on the curtain climb. Has she learned her lesson? She has. She shoots, she's happy. She's onto the crazy cliffhanger now. Lucid gonna go for that second ledge and does not quite get it. Lucid Dreams try to go straight from the first ledge to the second one, but it looked like she crouched too late. Yep, she definitely crouched too late. Lucid was not able to make the jump. As for the 3rd tournament in a row, the last competitor standing is Jelly. Jelly looking to get her 4th first place finish in a row, but that's going to be kind of hard here. Gonna have to get through the first 6 obstacles. As Jelly making short work of the tower terror. Now into the rocky road. She almost failed this in tournament 1, Jelly, but she's gonna fail it here. Jelly is out on the rocky road. She just came up short, did not have enough momentum at all. did not have enough speed, and Gele is not going to get first place for the first time ever, as the tournament comes to an end with Satreya getting first place. As always, I am very thankful for you guys watching this tournament, and I will see you very soon for Tournament 5 of Next Level Jumping. Farewell, everyone.